You think your boss is a tough guy because he sent an email in all caps? Please. Back in my day, we had a drill sergeant who could scream at you for 20 minutes straight without taking a breath, and he was mad at your mother for giving birth to you. These kids today think boot camp is a weekend without Wi-Fi. It's enough to make a grown man miss the smell of floor wax and pure, unadulterated terror.
The drill sergeant screamed, "I didn't see you at camouflage practice this morning, Private."
The private replied, "Thank you very much, Drill Sergeant." Why did the drill sergeant take the recruit to the art museum? Because he heard the recruit was an expert at dodging the draft.
A recruit asks, "Sergeant, why do we have to march in the rain?" The sergeant says, "Because the enemy isn't going to pause the war just because your hair gets frizzy, snowflake." What's the difference between a drill sergeant and a pit bull? Eventually, the pit bull lets go. Why don't drill sergeants ever get lost? Because they don't follow directions, they give them. The sergeant asked the recruit, "Did you take a shower this morning?" The recruit said, "No, Sergeant. Is one missing?" My old sergeant had a neck like a redwood tree and a voice that could crack a windshield. He told me I was the reason the Army started testing for intelligence. I told him he was the reason I started praying for a peaceful exit. We understood each other perfectly. How do you know a drill sergeant is having a bad day? He's breathing. A recruit dropped his rifle. The sergeant yelled, "That rifle is your best friend. You wouldn't drop your best friend, would you?" The recruit replied, "If he weighed 10 pounds and I had to carry him 10 miles, you bet I would, Sergeant." Why did the sergeant carry a pencil behind his ear? In case he needed to draw his weapon. The sergeant yelled at the private, "I have a glass eye. Can you tell which one it is?" The private said, "The left one, Sergeant. It's the only one with a hint of human kindness in it." Why did the recruit bring a ladder to the shooting range? Because the sergeant told him the stakes were high. What happens when a drill sergeant goes to sleep? He doesn't count sheep. He orders them to form a straight line and do push-ups. Why do recruits wear boots? To protect their feet from the drill sergeant's vocabulary. You've made it this far without crying, so maybe there's hope for you yet. But these last few, these are the ones that would make a general crack a smile in a foxhole. Pay attention, you bunch of yard birds.
A recruit says, "Sergeant, I think I'm losing my mind."
The sergeant replies, "Don't worry, son. In this man's army, you don't need one." Why did the sergeant stare at the orange juice carton?
Because it said concentrate.
What's the most dangerous thing in the Army?
A second lieutenant with a map and a sense of direction.
How can you tell if someone was a drill sergeant in civilian life? They don't use a doorbell. They just kick the door down and scream, "Lights on!" at 4:30 a.m.
The sergeant asked, "Private, do you think I'm a mean person?" The private said, "No, Sergeant, you're just the most enthusiastic person I've ever met about making other people miserable."
Why did the sergeant get kicked out of the library? He kept trying to put the books in alphabetical order of height.
A recruit is standing at attention. The sergeant screams, "Did you call me an idiot?"
The recruit says,
"No, Sergeant. I didn't know it was a secret."
If you survived that without a smirk, you're either a liar or a colonel. Now drop down into the comments and tell me the meanest or funniest thing your drill sergeant ever yelled at you. I'm gonna go polish my medals, or maybe just my shoes. Stay sharp, geezers.